Hello, trombone friends. This is Matt Neese here at Shenandoah Conservatory in Winchester, Virginia. It's time once again for the All Virginia Trombone Etude. It is February 2023, and the rotation this year is F Foxtrot. I'm going to play it, and then we'll look at it and talk about it. Here we go. Okay, let's look at some aspects of this etude that you should pay attention to. First of all, when you receive a new piece of music, you need to check out the key signature, the time signature, dynamics, and any kind of notes within the etude itself. So right off the bat, we know we're in 4/4. There are no flats or sharps in the key signature, so all notes are as written. And we're at 92 con moto. So to me, that means with motion, I'm going to keep it kind of lively. I want it to move. I want it to breathe a little bit, but I want it to be exciting. I want people to listen to it and want to hear what's going to happen next. Oh, I should mention in measure 2, and this is totally up to you, but I played the F in 6 in measure 2 because I'm going down that partial, and from the G flat to F in first, it's a different air chamber, and it just sounds different. And I like the way it sounds in 6 because it's right next to it. It's a half step away, and I'm in the same air chamber. If you're not sure what I'm talking about with the air chambers, if you just play glisses from like 7 to 1 up and down the overtones, without tonguing notes, just go out in 7th, hit a note, and slide all the way up to 1. Those are air chambers, and they all have different sounds to them. And when you jump around from air chambers, the sound can be a little different. So sometimes people are picky when they're playing a line like that. So certainly that's up to you, but that's just something I did. It's just a trombone thing. Anyway, back to the etude. There are dynamics, of course. There are crescendos. There's a rallentando. First one happens in measure 8, and you're going to slow down and go down to that E. And I believe I held that E a little bit, and then I get back to the a tempo at 9. And more groupings of 2 notes slurred, 2 notes tongued. More accents on downbeats. There's long quarters. There's like beats 3 in the 3/4 measures. The last 2 beats 3 are held out as long as you can. Just means don't chop it off. Just give it some length. And then there's a retard in 14. And when we get to 13. When we get to 14, that meno mosso section, less motion, a slower tempo. I treated that whole section like down to 18 pretty much like a cadenza, and definitely took some liberties in measure 16, getting back into 17 to eventually get back to tempo primo in 18. And it's kind of a recap of some things from the beginning. And then the last two measures, there's a lot of notes there to play, of course. Use natural slurs if you can, if you're good at those. And don't rush that. And then it lays really well on the horn. If you have it triggered, it makes the E and the B natural really easy for that last little figure there, measure 21 on beats 3 and 4. And then the last measure, I totally took liberty on that and kind of made it a more dramatic ending. So it's a great etude. It really sounds nice. It's fun to play. And I hope my comments help you. If you have any questions, I'm easy to get a hold of. You can find me on the Shenandoah website. Also, my email is my name, mattneese@mac.com. And also, you can go to my website, mattneese.com. It's MATTNIESS.com. I'm easy to find, and feel free to reach out, or you can even make comments on wherever you find this posted. Hopefully, I'll see it. But if you don't hear back from me, just email me, get a hold of me. People know me. You can reach me. Let's talk about the strategy of this audition. If you look at the requirements, you'll notice that 20% of your score is major scales. 20% is your chromatic. 30% is your etude. And another 30% is sight reading. So numerically speaking, sight reading is just as important as your etude. So you have to pay attention to everything and put a lot of time into preparing for this, especially sight reading. How do you do that? Well, obviously, you need to find music that you haven't seen before. So you could probably get that from your band director, or you might have some books laying around that you haven't played yet, or maybe some friends. But the point is, you need to find music that you haven't seen, and you need to sit down and read it with a metronome so you keep going. You don't stop every time you mess up. Also, you can play duets with friends. That's another great way to help with sight reading, because when you have a peer there playing with you, it helps you to keep going, just like a metronome does. So the more music you read between now and then, the better off you're going to be. So pay attention to the requirements for the scales and do your best on all of the events of the audition. Don't just concentrate on one. If you do great on everything, you're going to do fine. If you do great on one thing and not on the others, then you may not fare as well. So have fun, practice. I hope this video helps you, and feel free to contact me if you have any questions, or if you want to possibly talk about this audition and this etude. Best of luck to you.